Hey, it's Riri from Texas. This video is going to be me showing you guys how to clean your utensils, your tools that you use to apply makeup, brushes, sponges, things like that. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. I start with the bowl. I use some micellar water and the antibacterial soap. But did you hear me say the antibacterial soap? Because the whole thing is you want to remove the products from your tools, but most importantly, you want to remove the bacteria. So to move the bacteria, we need some antibacterial soap and a few other things that I use as well, that if you stay tuned and watch this video to the complete end, you'll see what else I do to sanitize the brushes to make sure they're good. So I soak all of my utensils first. This is not the only way you can clean them. I will do another video of how I use a soap bar, which is very easy and convenient as well. But for the purposes of this video, I am going to show you how I clean them this way. So I like to put all of my tools into one bowl as much as they can fit, because you can see on the bowl to the left, I have so many brushes. It's like I was saving these brushes for y'all. No lie, like honest to God true. I was like, I'm going to use all my brushes and I'm gonna save them to make a video. Make a video to show you guys how to clean every last one of these brushes. Like I literally use all of my brushes. Like, oh my God. Now, all jokes to the side, I do have way more brushes than this. So what I did end up doing was filming a video using a brush set that I got from Amazon. Doing the whole brush set, one whole brush set for a whole full face application. So those will be the gold brushes. So you see I'm soaking them. I'm just showing you guys all this. If you notice, the rose gold, so they have a black handle and then they're rose gold. This was my first time using those brushes. I have nothing against those brushes. I think they did really well. I'll link the video below so that you can see. Brushes were nice. I think they were like $10 or something for the whole set. Very affordable. As you can see in this video, the only thing that I do say is that the brushes do stain. And you can see me like extra cleaning the brushes, because I'm like, girl, if this don't come up out of here, because I'm not used to brushes like that. So this brush right here that I have is a Real Techniques brush. You see how that came off clean? I've been having this brush for years, baby. I do not play. I love me some Real Technique. No, it's not sponsored, but you know, hey, love them. I think this brush I'm cleaning right here too is another Real Technique brush. Love me some Real Technique. Okay, do not play. So this pad that I'm using is a brush cleaning pad. You can use it one or two ways. You can hold it like I'm holding it, or you could just clip it onto the sink and like suction it down to the sink, and then you could use it that way. I'm not really sure why I was holding it. Maybe I was just doing it for film purposes, to like pull it up or to show you different ways. I'm honestly not even sure why I was holding it, but I was. And once I got through cleaning it, I do recommend using a towel at the end, because it gets that extra water off, and then it definitely helps with poofing the brush back out so it can dry in the same form that it's supposed to dry in. I am putting extra soap on the actual brush washing mat, because that's how you get all them products up out of there, and that's how you get all the bacteria up out of there as well. If you see this sink connector, I'm not really sure what it's called, but I ordered this off Amazon. Y'all, sis, so affordable, so good. It attaches to your sink. Girl, you don't need no tools to attach this. You'll see no water leaking or nothing. It is amazing. Like, it is a sink connector that I didn't know I needed, that I know I'm not going to live without until I get my house, and then I get to like customize it like I want to and stuff. This is something good to add on if you don't got a sink adder, or if you live in an apartment like me and you ain't trying to do no adjustments or anything like that. That is also on my Amazon storefront under Riri from Texas. What is it? Sink attachments. That's what it is. You could just see how clean these brushes are getting. And this right here is another Real Technique brush. My back handle fell off, but why I don't want to get a brush up? Why I'm not giving a brush up? We just still gonna push through. We're gonna ride the brush till its last leg. I love Real Technique brushes. I do. Like, they're affordable and they get the job done. And they're good, high quality, that I would like to say. Another good brand of brush that are very super affordable that I think kind of keep moving on is Elf brushes. I like Elf brushes as well too. So now this is the brush set that I was telling you about right here. I don't not really sure what the name of the brushes are, but this is the one that's the full set that I did. I think the brushes apply really well. Like if you see the video, which I will be linked in the description bar. If you see the video, I used the whole brush set to do a whole complete look on my face. I was very pleased and satisfied. This is my first time cleaning these brushes. I would say the makeup probably was sitting in the brushes for about 2 days because like I said, I was just collecting the brushes and I wanted to film a video. So for some reason, I had stuff coming up. I could not film until 2 days later. So the makeup was on there for about 2 days. So this is the process. I was like scrubbing this brush for dear life because I didn't know if it just needed to be scrubbed more to release the product or if it was actually stained. So when you see brushes with this handle, just know I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting all of the product out of there and if see if it's just like stained. But what I did conclude for these brushes towards the end is that they just stain pretty easy. But I mean, that's to be expected when you're only paying $10 for a full 16 set. So, hey, I'm good with it. I still like the set. I still would recommend the brushes. But you see me, I'm like, put that back in the water, girl. Let's see. Let's just see what's going on. This brush right here is it's cosmetic brush. I got that at Ulta. That brush was a little ticky. It costs a little bit, but I really, really like that brush. I use that for myself. I use that for my clients. Like it's a really, really good brush. And them brushes are easily cleaned. Very good bristles on them brushes. Do not play. So I'm just making sure we getting up in there and cleaning it really, really good. Especially brushes that I use on my clients. When I do take clients, because y'all know I really am like, I got a handful of clients that I just conduct makeup services on. I don't really take a lot of new clients and I just want to focus more on this influencer lane and just kind of help women who want to learn how to do makeup and who want to improve their makeup skills and just kind of stay in their influencer lane. That's my goal thing with that. So there we go. So I really like this sink connector. Y'all, it's really good. It actually has um, what do you call it? I guess something you can put on the side of the sink, and then the connector attaches onto there. I never connected it up like that because I just really didn't have nowhere to put it. My little sink area isn't that big, and I was just like, whatever, I'll throw it over like this, and we just kind of roll with the punches. So this is another really easier brush to clean. I don't know what brand brush this is. It's looking like it could be a Morphe brush. It could be a Morphe brush, but I don't want to say that because I can't really see and I don't have my brushes in front of me. So I'm kind of squinting looking at the video like, is this a Morphe brush? But either way, I've been having that brush for a while, and you can see how clean and white those bristles get. So that's why when you see me scrubbing those other brushes, I'm like, child, is it dirty? Because I ain't never have to work this hard to get any makeup out of any brushes. So as you can see with this brush, when I picked it up from sitting and soaking in the water, I kind of just squeezed all the makeup out first, and then I went in to clean it with the soap, and then went to go rinse it, and then brush it out on the towel. That's the easier way to kind of get the excess dirt and stuff out of there and keep it moving. Y'all see, I just keep trying with these brushes. Okay, I said I'm gonna put that one back. So then here's another brush from the same brush set. Let's see how this one works. Because some of them did get clean, some of them didn't. I think the ones that I was having a hard time cleaning was probably the ones that I used for liquid makeup, not so much the powder makeup. I would say that. And I will say, I told you I left it on for 2 days. The one that I used for my eyeliner that was real thin and skinny, that whole bristle just fell off. I had to throw that one away. So I was like, I mean, but for $10, I ain't complaining. You probably have to clean the brushes immediately after. And, you just got to do a little extra care. That's why I do not mind investing my money and getting quality, because do not play with me. So now I'm going to show you guys how I clean the actual brush mat. I go in with some antibacterial soap. I've been having this one for a while. It probably would do me some justice to actually replace it, but we still riding with, we still riding with it. I go in with a towel and I just scrub it in circular motions. It is stained. I'm okay with that because I actually sanitize it, so I'm good with it. Here you're going to see me do 100% bleach. This is some bleach I poured in this bottle and then I just labeled it. So I do go in with bleach to sanitize it. I do not put bleach on my brushes, but on that mat, I do use bleach. And I think you need to go in with something more than just the antibacterial soap so that you can make sure them germs is gone, baby, because you don't got time for nothing on your face and you don't got time for, not cleaning stuff, especially if you're taking clients. And the reason why it's really, really important to clean is because if makeup, of course, the bacteria part of it, but if your brushes are not clean and you try to go in for application, that ain't gonna work, honey. It's gonna have old makeup on there, adding with new makeup, and we ain't gonna have no flawless application. Look at all that gunk and all that dirt, all that dirty makeup, child. So I clean this bowl the same way that I clean the brush mat, and that's because you have makeup carries so much bacteria. Sometimes you really got to go in and sanitize that and get that up off of there. It's just important to be clean. Like, it's just so important to be clean, especially in this season of COVID and flu and all kind of other stuff. Baby, it's important to be clean. So let's kind of like stay on those clean guidelines. So this is kind of like self-explanatory what's happening here. And I kept it in real time because I know I could have shortened this video, but I kept it in real time because I really wanted y'all to see some of the struggles, some of the, things that are really happening within this video. So that was something that was very important to me as well, to keep it in real time and to do as many as I could. So we're finally done with this. Y'all, that sink connector is no joke. I like it. So make sure if you need a sink connector, and it's very affordable. Very, very, very affordable. Make sure if you need one, go check that out. So here I'm going to fill my sink up a little bit. I'm actually going to show you how I clean my sponges, my beauty blenders, and my pads. What would you call those? I guess little makeup pads, makeup sponges. So I'm going to go on with the same micellar water and the antibacterial soap. As you can see, this water is hot. If you cannot handle hot, sis, do warm. And I like to soak them in there, I could have used the bowl. I guess I could have used the bowl, but since my sink was already, it was easier. I'd already cleaned the bowl. I just go ahead and use my sink, and then I would clean my sink out the same way I cleaned the bowl out. But I like to dip it in there really good, get it in there, squeeze it, make sure that the antibacterial soap is actually getting inside of my sponge, because that's very important, because sometimes some sponges do stain and some of them really just are not cleaned correctly. You have to identify the two, and if you're not going to identify, just make sure that you spend some money and get some sponges that don't stain. Like this orange one is a Real Technique one. I really like that. That's the one I would recommend off top, just because it doesn't really stain. That red one I got, I think that's a Sephora one, and that blue one I can't really remember. But either way, the best way I like to clean these is I like to dip them on in there. And on the spots where it's like really heavy product, I apply the antibacterial soap directly to that product so it can pull it all the way out. Now, I know some people do the microwave method, and that's fine. If that's a method that you like, sis, go ahead and do that. If that's a method that you're interested in learning about, comment below and I will definitely drop a video showing you how to do the microwave method. But as you can see right there, it's a lot of product. And on the tips, it's a lot of product. There you go again, a lot of product. So that's what I mean by I like to apply the soap directly to those. I am make sure the water was hot before I went ahead and applied it. I'm not actually sure why I applied water. I mean, it just kind of seems so irrelevant to do that. So that's a step you can skip, but hey. So I'm working it, I'm rubbing it right on up in there because I'm trying to pull it out like, yes, come on, we're going to pull this product up out of here. So that right there is just really, see, you see how it just came out? And then now all you got to do is just rinse it, like rinse all of the soap up out of there and you good to go, honey. It's like, never used before type look. It's like brand new. I've had this blue sponge for a long time. I know they say you should discard your sponges after about 6 months. To each his own. I feel like if the sponge isn't tearing up, it's still good quality. Maybe you don't use it as much and you keep it clean, then hey, you can toggle and keep them for a little bit longer. But even the tips, wherever the product is building up at, that's where I go in. See on the sides, this is my real technique. When this one, baby, this is my holy grail go-to. I could use this sponge top to bottom, side to side. Like I love this sponge. Yeah, so you will see me getting on up in there. I have like 3 of them like in rotation right now, and then I have like a whole pack of brand new ones that I have not used, and those is the ones that I will continuously buy. That one I bought from Sephora, like I was on the go and I was just like needed to grab something because I wasn't at home and I needed some makeup tools, so I grabbed that one from Sephora, some from Sephora, and it was like in the front of somewhere. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a nice little price, so I grabbed it. And I will say I'm okay with it. I like it. Like I don't know if I like it over my real techniques, but it be in the rotation for the tools, so we ain't gonna front on it, okay? So I'm just rinsing in. I'm gonna do all of them the same way. And after this, these are the only products that I'm showing you how to clean. I guess these would really be the only. I didn't go in and record me cleaning my smaller brushes. I could make a video on that if you would like to see me actually going in and cleaning my smaller brushes where I use concealer, eyeliner, because those sometimes do have a little bit more product. They become a little bit more stickier or tackier, and they do, require some more in-depth cleaning. So if that's a video you would like to see, let your girl know. So this is the last sponge. I am not putting my soap, I'm not touching it. I'm just kind of letting it drip. That is something that you do need to be mindful of as well. So that probably was overkill. I probably could have dipped it a little bit more in there and then just got it out. But for the sake of time, you could throw some more on there. Now you do need to rinse that soap up out of there. You do, because that soap, if it sits in there, it will dry them sponges out, child. So you got to make sure that you removing all of that soap up out of that sponge. Because if not, that sponge gonna get dried out, and then you apply it to your face. It's gonna mix with your products. It's just gonna be a disaster, So you gotta, you got to take your time and do what you got to do. That is done. That is complete. So we just let the water out the sink, clean the sink the same way. Ooh, baby, that makeup. I love clean tools. I just like to see all of that gunk go. Get it on up out of there. And that sprayer, baby, yes. That's all she needed. There go my bleach. Child, what was we doing? Why we just couldn't get the bleach on the right settings? Come on. Like that bottle is just like really was working your girl, wasn't it? And just make sure the water is on hot. There you go. You can see the steam, baby. Yes. Bleach and hot water. Let's go. All right, so this is instant brush cleaner. You do not need to use this after. This is 70% alcohol. Why I say 70? Because it's mixed. It's half and half, half 70% and half water. Now that you do need to spray to get that extra layer of clean from there. The instant brush cleaner, I really use that in between clients or in between me using different brushes. You don't need that, but I spray both because I want to show you that they both kind of do the same thing. The instant brush cleaner is really when you changing out brushes. And I like to spray all of them. I would not spray the alcohol in between the clients or in between myself. I would only spray that after I clean these. So this is the finished look. Look at all of this. I'm talking about the finished look like I did makeup. This is how clean they got. The ones that are stained, y'all, I'm telling you, those are the brushes I was saying they stained, and it's okay. That's just how those brushes are. The rest of them, we got them clean. Thank God. This is heaven for your girl. Please give me a like and a thumbs up so that I can keep more content like this coming from you for you. It's your girl Remy from Texas, and I am signing off until my next video. Thank you.